Good morning, everybody. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. BK Crypto, what up? I gotta start giving out some more wrenches. You be in here, UMP, we y'all the lone gunners up in here. That goes to show you I don't trust a lot of people. My man said, Trump Day. Johnny, what up? I know him. Peace, Johnny. You've been here a long time. Jerry Osama, hold on, let me help you up out of here. I talked about Buckshot yesterday, man. Y'all late with that. Jay Murthy, I'm not involved in politics. I'm not a black activist on the so-called scholars Disney. Yeah, man, I need more moderators and shit. If I see some familiar names, you might get added to the team. Good morning, Brand Thomas. What up, Baltimore? Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. My daughter and I went to vote last Wednesday. I'm going to vote when I get out the shower and shit. I just got out the gym. Can I get a better view of the hat? It's a Yankee joint. Some old fly shit. Chris Gregory. Johnny said, Trizump. My man Hassan Johnson, he made a post last night. That's Weebay from The Wire. He said, who is Kamala? Who is Kamala? Who in the hell is Kamala? Because I could have swore it was pronounced Kamala. Hey, yo, the first time we seen that spelling, it was a WWF wrestler who died a few years ago, Kamala the Ugandan Giant. And y'all done just switched the spelling all up. Kamala. They just fucked her name all up. Just like in school, they just couldn't figure out how to call me Jamil. I was everything except for Jamil. My man said, wearing my black Trump hat. She ain't gonna win. I think it's kind of a stretch. It's kind of a stretch, or probably hard to believe that a black woman is gonna wake up tomorrow to the president of the United States. Highly unlikely. Y'all can say she not black all y'all want, but I know what a black woman look like. That's definitely a Negro. Fam, you late. He said she ain't black. Man, I know black pussy when I see it, man. That girl black, man. I don't give a fuck what type of mixture y'all try to put on it. What type of twist y'all try, whatever type of twist y'all try to put on it. That's a Negro. Straight up. A man said, y'all keep trying to talk about Buckshot, man. I spoke about it briefly yesterday. I didn't choose to cover that, man. I grew up on Buckshot, man. Buckshot remade I Ain't No Joke by Eric B. and Rakim around 1996. He flipped that shit pretty cleverly. Buckshot the BDI. I ain't got no dirt to kick, man. Like, I ain't even trying to rap about it for real. I spoke about it briefly yesterday. Um, my opinion is that any I listened to Rock yesterday from Helter Skelter, and he was like, man, if y'all see that on anybody platform, flag that shit. That ain't no news that need to be spread around. That ain't no news to be that's not nothing that needs to be spread around, spread or anything like that. That we not trying to share no shit like that. If I had my way, the footage would be removed from the internet. You know what I'm saying? In totality, though, my personal opinion, it was very brutal. If somebody take it to you like that, big ooh, I'm on live, pimp. If you I don't know, you probably gonna get a notification. Big ooh, I'm on live. But anyway, when somebody take it to you in that manner, that's probably about some money, yo. That's probably about some money. I just can't see nobody going to those extremes, man, jumping on somebody that size. He's like 5'4", 5'5". He's a very short dude. You know what I mean? A guy that size don't really pose you no threat. And it looked like they beat up on his face pretty bad and shit. But again, when somebody take it to you like that, it only could be two things, man: molestation or some shit. You know, some sex shit, sex case, rape, molestation, or some money. That's my opinion and shit. Is he good? Um, Rock said he's somewhere healing. He said he didn't have, problems with his wig in the past, having seizures and shit like that. It was just, it's a reflection of the hip hop business. I've been seeing a lot of videos saying how the music business is a facade, and I believe that today. I believe that today. Now that I'm successful in commerce, meaning the knittage, the PA knit dynasty, it put me where I wanted to be in life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been as well off as I am right now, thanks to something that I created in commerce. Music, if niggas don't go back to selling CDs entirely, whether it's from your website or the rest of the world, bring CDs back and start putting CD players back in cars and shit like that, don't believe that an entertainer is more well off than you. They probably do a great job of concealing it, because once you experience some success, you don't want nobody to know that you're a regular person again and shit. But when we seen Young Jock, I think it was Young Jock a few years ago, he started driving Uber on the side and shit. Some people laughed about it, but that was actually a reflection of the times and him protecting the wealth that he does have and shit. You dig what I'm saying? A job like that, you make your own hours. You could do it at your leisure. You ain't gotta answer to no boss or nothing like that. But the music business, these niggas be wearing that fake ass jewelry, yo. When you see these niggas be all trucked up, but they not popping like that in music. That shit fake. That shit fake, man. It's fake, or it was probably bought with PUA money, some type of lick in the streets. But if you think a motherfucker's earning $250,000 and shit like that, enough money to buy $250,000 worth of jewelry from streaming platforms to give you 3 points of a penny, you sadly mistaken. That's not the truth and shit. The record labels aren't around anymore. It's very, very few record labels. People ain't really investing in music anymore. Too much of anything is bad. And it's just way too many motherfuckers rapping and shit. You know what I mean? When hip hop was at the top of his game, the 80s, the 90s, I seen Eric Sermon say, man, it was like 12 of us. It was like 15 of us. And that was hip hop. So they was able to eat off the whole world, them 12, 15 niggas that was popping and shit. Off into the 90s, you had certain people that was popping. Queensbridge had it. You know what I'm saying? The Rough Riders came along, they had it. Rockefeller had it. Everybody else, peace. CDs with artwork. Yeah, my man said like Shooter selling CDs. Yeah, if you could sell a when I first met Zip with the Drip, I brought Zip with the Drip to the internet for those who don't know. I was on Instagram one day, and part of my job is I'm a talent scout. I be looking for the next dope MC to interview. You dig? My platform is for pay. Niggas pay me to get on my platform. But it's certain niggas that I will identify and say, yo, you a star. You a star. You belong on Gully TV. And Zip with the Drip was one of them. I heard a freestyle that he did, and I just stepped to him. I'm like, yo, fam, where you from and shit? I'm like, I know you just came home. I could tell the way he rapped that he just came home. So you just got out the penitentiary, didn't you? He was like, yeah. And I said, I told him where I was. I'm Gully TV, man. Fuck with what you doing and shit. I'm going to take this freestyle of yours. I'm going to share it on my platform. And from here on out, whatever you put out and shit, I got it. He like, oh, bet. That's what's up. I'm like, do you got songs? He like, I got a whole album. I'm like, what streaming platform? Then, you know, where it's at? I want to listen to it. He was like, I sell it from my email. How much is this? How much is the album? He said $25. I said, I'll take one and shit. You dig? And if you're an independent artist and you sell 10 or 20 albums a week, man, that's some change that you putting in your pocket. You kind of like beating the average person that's punching a clock. You can do that on the side and punch a clock. You feel me? But yeah, that's how Zip with the Drip ended up on my first album, PILLMATIC and shit. Independent grind. So guys like Shooter that's selling a CD for $10, $15 and shit like that, his jewelry probably real because he got the receipts. You can account for it and shit. Dig? It's watered down, all the same artists, all looking the same, rapping the same, oversaturation. They put Little Baby on blast. He had big diamonds in his ears, but those were fake, and a jeweler pointed it out. If those was real diamonds in his ear, it would be worth over 10 million. Little Baby don't have that. What was the last real label? TDE, I guess. TDE. I still own some CDs. I got a lot of CDs. I got a bunch of CDs right now. Hard Knock Life. Let y'all see what's in the Volvo. Mary J. Blige. A-Ball and MJG. Y'all know nothing about this. Y'all don't know nothing about this right here. This is that shit. I know a lot of niggas. I just shocked a lot of niggas. They like, damn, he got 8-Ball in the whip. Let me see what else I got. Paid in Full, Eric B. and Rakim. Teddy Pendergrass, Greatest Hits. Mary J. Blige, My Life. I listen to a lot of Mary J. Best of Janet Jackson. So yeah, and I got a bunch of underground niggas in here and shit. 38 Special, Art of Production. There's more. I ain't gonna sit here and pick this, all of this, but yeah, CDs, man. He said, this dude look like Mayweather, but he can read. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hold on for a second, man. I gotta let somebody in the crib. Give me 1 second. Y'all bear with me and shit. Bear with. Bear with me. I'm back. Damn. Put this motherfucker down for 10 seconds. Lost 100 motherfuckers. Jesus Christ. What's the last CD you had up? Art of Production by 38 Special. Subscribe to the channel. Like this. You don't own your music if you get it from Apple or streaming platforms. If you don't pay your bill, you can't listen to the music you bought. That's why it's good to take your car to the shop and get a CD player. My homeboy still runs a very successful record store here in Indianapolis. I just bought some CDs from, it's a record store in Harrisburg, PA. I did an interview down there about a month ago. They got a record store that's loaded. Got all kind of fly shit. I know you quit Bud, but does that mean no more Dribble God OG? I was thinking about that this morning because I still got a lot of bags. I was thinking about running it up until them bags is gone, but I mean, it's kind of counterproductive to endorse a marijuana strain and you don't smoke. I gave it up. Y'all keep talking about Buckshot. Everybody heard about Buckshot. Everybody heard about that. That's viral. You know I heard about it. Rusty Jux is my man. He was on my album. I mean, that's big news to people of my generation. That shit happened on Saturday. Like, y'all still talking about that. Don't nobody really want to, build about that. People kind of disappointed about that. Which led me to the conversation I was having about the music business. When you see an artist in the streets like that, the way that Buckshot was depicted, you know that the music business isn't the same anymore. Or you know that it ain't no success there, because success, what comes with success is being comfortable and shit. He wouldn't have been in Flatbush like that if he was in a good place and shit. Like, niggas this well off in New York City, artists this well off, they don't live in New York City. They live in New Jersey and shit. You know what I mean? He's still in the hood and shit like that. That tell you about, that gives you some insight on his current financial status. Did Michael Jackson and Tupac really fight each other? I don't know how true that is. Good for you, brother. I'm trying to quit the smoke right now. The first thing that you need to do is admit that you're addicted. That's something that people that smoke weed don't like to admit. Addiction. You fucking addicted. Weed, I believe weed is probably highly addicted. And not only that, the wraps that you use, if you smoke backwoods and shit like that, you addicted to not just the weed, you addicted to the nicotine that's probably in the tobacco leaf and shit. If that makes sense. Yeah, you addicted to the tobacco leaf too. And to substantiate this is, people that smoke backwoods, they not smoke nothing else. Because a connection or an addiction for that specific cigar. My man said, what's up, Alicia? My man said, I'm addicted to a good thing, though. I would never get on here and downplay reefer, man. Reefer is good. I like it. I just couldn't. It was a time, the time came for us to have a divorce. I probably liked her, little Mary Jane probably liked her a little bit too much. I almost couldn't function without her. First thing in the morning, gotta smoke. Before I lay down at night, gotta smoke. Um, After I eat, gotta smoke. Probably smoke before I eat. Whenever I get off a plane in another city, gotta smoke. Um, Whenever I get off a plane in another country, I'm trying to find where the weed at and shit. That's addiction. People gotta admit that shit. But the icing on the cake was the amounts of money. I was spending too much money on it. It just became a problem. Have you tried edibles? Nah, I like being drug free. When I stopped smoking weed, I felt full of life. I started smoking at 13, stopped smoking at 38. It was always something that was in my mind. I got a great level of admiration for 50 Cent. I listen to his audio books. I read his books. Whenever he speaks, he was just on the Breakfast Club. Out of his mouth, I listened to everything that he said. And 50 Cent, that's why I had extra motivation to stop smoking weed, because 50 wasn't smoking and shit. 50 don't smoke. 50 don't do no drugs. He don't do no alcohol, no drugs and shit. I thought that was dope. But anyway, I didn't come here. Why the fuck do you keep calling me, man? I didn't come here to stay long. I came here to tell y'all to make sure you exercise your right to vote today. I'm going to vote when I get up off of here. That's what I got on here for.
You freak me out.
He said you're probably right. Which candidate do I prefer? I'm probably going to go with Kamala Harris, because Trump and his agenda is consistent with protecting billionaires and millionaires and shit. He's promised these people, I won't have taxes raised and shit. But if he protected them, then the burden is gonna fall on us who are in another tax bracket. So nobody's talking about Zip's final piece of paperwork on BIM. I'm gonna get him on here today. He gonna talk about it in front of y'all. But make sure y'all get to the polls today, man. There was a time when black people wasn't allowed to vote, and women didn't have any suffrage either. And shit, suffrage, that's the right to vote. So make sure you get out and exercise your right to vote today. Today is a very important day. I don't know what it is about this election that's more important than others, but I got tired of motherfuckers calling my phone and coming to the door. Like, they had motherfuckers in the streets coming to knock on your door. You registered to vote? Like, who you voting for? Like, that shit started getting annoying and shit, but they had the full court press on for real this year. Voting is for dummies. Are you a Freemason? Nah, I'm God body. You're going with the immigrants. After me having my encounter with the IRS, I feel that it's in my best interest to vote for Kamala Harris. But the likeliness of her winning is very, 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 very unreal. That's unreal. If you think a black woman is going to beat a white man in the United States for the presidential election, you need your head examined. But I got to get up off of here, man. I'm going to be on the Dribble podcast later on. Make sure you follow me on all streaming sites. Man, she's not going to beat no white man in no election in America. Is you crazy? That don't make any sense. Before they let her win, they will cheat. You bugging. But the Dribble podcast, make sure y'all following the Dribble Podcast, available on all streaming sites, man. Get all my podcast episodes. Truck drivers, I'm still with y'all, man. Make sure y'all come fuck with your boy. Tammy, thank you. Don't vote against your interests. I'm not. Bill Gates and Bloomberg gave her $100 million. Trump is the outcast to this system. If y'all think Donald Trump ain't gonna win today, you're sadly mistaken, man. It's highly unlikely we will wake up tomorrow and a black woman will be the president of the United States. Straight up. So they wouldn't elect Hillary, so they're not electing Kamala. That makes more sense. Anyway, I got some things I gotta tend to. I just want to get on here and tell y'all, make sure y'all get out and vote today. All right? Peace.